Hello and welcome Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. We are doing the week of the 12th to the 18th of June 2023. And this week I'm going to work with these two amazing decks. Ask and It Is Given cards. I know you can't really see across the bottom, by Esther and Jerry Hicks, who are doing the teachings of Abraham. This is a deck I haven't worked with for such a long time, as is this one. Stephen Bright is the creator. He is an amazing. He's an author, he's a tarot deck creator, he's just an amazing tarot artist, reader, etc. And it is the Spirit Within Tarot. One of my when I first started collecting tarot, one of the first that sort of joined my collection. Beautiful deck. So I am working with these two gorgeous decks to give you the week ahead reading. So let's put these aside. And we're going to start off with the Oracle Ask and It Is Given first. So in this particular Oracle, you've got an image and a key phrase on the one side, and you've got a little bit of extra text on the other. So we will be looking at both sides of the cards. So I'm going to give them a shuffle. So fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sag. As I'm shuffling the decks, we are asking Spirit to make sure that the cards that come through are relevant, significant, and important for us for the week ahead. We're looking for some inspiration and some guidance for this week. What is the general theme? What is the general energy for the week ahead for all fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sag? Right, I'm happy with the shuffle. Let's cut the deck here like this so that I can't see. And we're taking that one. So the card is, but whose truth is the true truth? But whose truth is the true truth? Okay, that's quite interesting. And on the other side, it says, with enough attention to anything, the essence of what you have been giving thought to will eventually become a physical manifestation. And then, as others give attention to it, they help it expand. So in time, this manifestation, whether wanted or not, is called truth. So deliberate creation is about deliberately choosing those experiences you make your truths. That is actually quite interesting. So with enough attention to anything, the essence of what you have been giving thought to will eventually become a physical manifestation. And then, as others give attention to it, they help it expand. So in time, this manifestation, whether wanted or not, is called truth. And isn't that just the truth? What I want to say to you, I'm actually going to put the card there, and it's going to stay there for the whole reading, and then I'm going to put the tarot around it. So I'm going to give the tarot a shuffle while I talk about our truth card. So, you know, we all tend to take things as truthful when we hear it from other sources, when we hear it from other people, especially if it's other people who we respect, who we honor, other people who contribute positively to our lives. And we generally, most of us have been brought up to believe that, if it's written if it's written, it's real. Believe the written word. The written word is important. So if somebody writes something on a social media platform, we all tend to agree and believe it because it's written, it's out there, it's in the public. And if something's in the public eye, it has to be true. So when we talk about, but whose truth is true anyway, because a lot of us, again, in our life, we've been raised, we've been conditioned into thinking that there are certain things that are real, there are certain things that are true, but they might not necessarily be our truth, but we still adhere to it, we still follow it, we still stick to it, because it belongs to our family, it belongs to our social circles, it belongs to our work environments, and therefore we think it's true. But how much of what we believe is true is really our own truth? So I do think this is quite interesting. What I'm getting from this, fire signs, is that this week of the 12th to the 18th of June, we may actually find ourselves in situations where our truth is going to be questioned, or we're going to be questioning our truth. We're going to be looking at things that would ordinarily be true and saying, well, actually, I don't agree with that, or I don't believe in that, or that doesn't feel right for me, or whatever it is. So we're going to be questioning things that we've always believed to be true. We're going to be questioning this week. And things that we've lived our lives by as thinking it is the truth, we're certainly going to be questioning that this week. So tarot card number one is coming down into the corner here, and it is the card of Judgment, which makes sense. Card number 2, I'm sticking over here, is the Four of Cups. Card number 3 that we're going over there is the Wheel of Fortune. And our final card down here is Temperance. Now that is so interesting because when I saw Judgment, in my head, I thought it was Temperance. And it's only when I saw the little words I realized, oh, hold a second, it's Judgment and not Temperance. And then Temperance comes up. So it's interesting we're starting with Judgment and we're ending with Temperance, because I've just said to you that I believe, looking at this oracle card as the theme for the week ahead, that this week is going to have us questioning what is true and what is not, questioning truth, our truth, what feels right to us versus what we're being told is the truth. And that's exactly what these two cards are sort of insinuating or showing us, that we're going to start off questioning and we're going to start off finding our own truth. Okay, love that. All right, so let's start. Judgment. So as I've said to you, Judgment is the card of, being honest, being transparent, putting yourself out there, not putting, not worrying about the judgment of others, but also making sure that your own judgment of self is warranted and not unwarranted. Okay, so the Judgment card that comes through for us is basically saying to you, it's time to be honest, it's time to be open, it's time to be forthright, it's time to speak your own truth and to not worry about how that fits into somebody else's life. So if your truth is one thing, and I think this is what the little phrase here is saying, but whose truth is the true truth? Because if you've had a bad experience under a tree, and I'm using this as an example, okay? So if you as a child were having a bit of a time around a tree and you fell out the tree and broke your arm, your truth is that trees hurt. Okay, I mean, I'm being very simple. I'm being very simple here, but your truth is that trees hurt because you experienced a broken arm through a tree by falling out of a tree. Somebody else, though, a brother, a sister, a friend, a colleague, somebody quite close to you, might have spent many years playing in trees, climbing trees, jumping out of trees, living in trees, I don't know, whatever, having a tree house, and their truth about trees is fabulous, and they absolutely love playing in trees, and they believe that every child should play in a tree and every child should have that experience. You, on the other hand, when it comes to your children, you're probably going to try and protect them and keep them away from trees because a tree hurt you. Now, neither of you are telling an untruth. You're both speaking absolute truth, but your truths are different. Your realities are different. Your perceptions are different. And I think this is the big thing here, fire signs, for us this week, is about not accepting what other people say as gospel truth when it doesn't fit in with your reality. So it is about being honest with yourself, being transparent with yourself, being open with yourself around your truth, recognizing, understanding, and even accepting somebody else's truth as their truth, but not making or not allowing their truth to influence your reality. Right. So that's the Judgment card. Let's have a look at this Four of Cups. So this is you sitting over here at the table, and you know that body language, you know that posture, right? If you've got your head resting and your hands at the table, there is a feeling of sadness. There is a feeling of disappointment. There is a feeling of like, ugh, okay? Here comes the Waitron bringing a brand new cup. So you're feeling a little bit like underwhelmed, if I can call it that, with the 3 cups that we have on the table. But here comes another one. And it's like you're rolling your eyes and thinking, oh, it's just another one, There's no excitement, there's no enthusiasm. And that's because you're feeling despondent. You're feeling kind of iffy because your truth is you don't maybe like whatever is in these cups. Your truth is that you might prefer beer. Maybe this is champagne and you're a beer person. So when somebody brings you another glass of champagne, you're rolling your eyes and going, oh no, come on. But if they'd actually brought a beer, you might have been really, really excited about it. Okay. So this is basically saying we're talking about understanding truth. We're talking about recognizing our truth versus everybody else's truth. And we have to be honest at the fact that actually, you know what, as much as champagne is fabulous and as much as 90% of the world likes it, I'm the 10% that don't like it. Give me a beer and I'm happy. It's about being honest with yourself, because otherwise life is just a continuation of disappointments. We then have the Wheel of Fortune, right? So we're coming across over here. And fire signs, the Wheel of Fortune, if we have a look at it, we have this spinning yellow disc. There are 3 people climbing, sitting, desperately trying to hold on, one person comfortable, one person struggling, and one person falling. And as that wheel turns, we all go through these cycles. We all go through these periods where sometimes life is fabulous at the top. Sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle, but we know we're just about there. And other times you just feel as if you're falling off. It is the wheel of life. It is the cycle of life. It is just, I want to say, the way the cookie crumbles. You know, we can't all have that all the time. We can't all have that all the time, and we can't. So it is just a wheel that keeps turning, and you know, your life is just a cycle, and we just go on and on and on, repeat, repeat, repeat. But if you do bad, you will always suffer. If you do good, things will get a little bit easier for you, but you have to keep trying. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune is basically saying that if you can be honest with yourself around what is it that you like, express it to others and say, please stop bringing me the champagne, bring me a cider, bring me a beer, bring me whatever it is, bring me a cup of tea, if that is what your preference is. But be open and honest. Be open and honest enough with yourself and with others to express what it is that you actually desire. And by doing so, you will eliminate the struggle, and life will actually become a little bit easier for you, a little bit better for you. But if you don't express your truth, if you keep living your life under the guise of other people's truth, you're just never going to get on top. You're just never going to get on top. And Temperance, to finish us off. Temperance is basically saying to us that we also have to bear in mind that sometimes we really like the champagne, and other times we want the beer, the tea, the water, the whatever the other thing is, okay? Temperance is basically saying to us, you know, just because in the past your truth was champagne, but today your taste has changed and today you have a preference for something else, that's okay. All right, that's okay, because this is a trap. This is a thing that we all tend to get stuck into, fire signs, is that because in the past you told everybody what your preference was, you feel like now 10 years later that your preference has to still be that, because otherwise you actually lied to them. But you need to understand that life is all about balance, that life is all about sometimes you prefer the day and sometimes you prefer the night. But you know what? That is in winter. Maybe in summer it's the complete opposite, and that's okay. It's still your truth. You don't have to live your life by somebody else's truth. It's okay to live your life by your truth. And it's okay that your truth changes. But if your truth is changing all the time to fit in with everybody else, at the end of the day, you're lying to yourself. You're not being honest with yourself. You're not living your truth, and you will suffer for it. You will suffer for it. So it's important, Aries, Leo, and Sag, especially this week, especially this short 7-day cycle. It is so important that you give yourself permission to be honest, to be true to yourself first and foremost, and then to other people, understanding that by doing so you will make your situation easier, and understand that it is just a short-term thing, and that you're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to change your thinking. You're allowed to think differently. It's okay. It's okay. But for this week, let's try to be honest with ourselves and with others around what our preferences are, what we like and what we don't like. And I'm sure by doing that, you will have a little bit of ease, you will have a little bit of improvement, and you will have a little bit of balance in your life, which is probably lacking right now. So fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, I hope you have an amazing week of truth, an amazing week of understanding your truth and everybody else's truth and what the difference is. And I look forward to connecting with your energy soon. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care, fire signs.